most students that go on the stage become a worse version of ChatGPT, and you would have seen it yourself. When Hamza looked at my channel, one of the first things he said is my speaking skills were very strong and I should start teaching it to other people. I've taken more intention with this. In the last 2 3 years, I would have uploaded like 200, 300 videos. I have noticed that when I'm going on stages, when events in my class, when I'm talking with people that I know about the things that I care about, my speaking skills are significantly better than the average student, right? And so, like, what resulted in this? I would like to break this down to two aspects. The first aspect being the technical aspect of this, the actual kind of speaking aspect of this, and the second aspect being the underlying deeper transformation that I've did with my own life, which has a byproduct on my speaking skills. From the actual speaking aspect, the most like important thing is just repetition, practice, and intention, right? Because I'm like trying to be a YouTuber, I'm speaking on camera. I'm speaking on camera about things I'm passionate about things that I have like an actual emotional connection with. And because I want to become a good YouTuber, when I'm seeing people like Hamza, like Chris Williamson, like who else be like maybe Diary of a CEO, like I'm seeing these people that maybe Alex Hormozy that say things that really resonate with me. Maybe Julian Blanc say things that really resonate with me. I'm like, oh, my brain's on that mode of being like, okay, I need to be speaking this way. And I've noticed myself, maybe even now, maybe even before, that I I do it in imagination, right? When I'm hearing something cool, I'm like, I'm starting to imagine, like, that's my mental distractions. My mental distractions sometimes are just imagining me, like, explaining it that way to a friend. Or maybe if I'm struggling with something, or I'm doing a breakthrough, I had a breakthrough, I'm like, oh shit, this is how it works. I'm like, I'm already imagining, like, me putting it to go into words and explaining it to someone, right? Maybe like someone that I feel comfortable with, someone that I like. Maybe I'm just like figuring out a way that I would explain to them in that imaginary scenario. Maybe this could be because of the output that I have, or maybe this is just something that I do. Or like by output that I have, it means that I'm having a place that I can go to and I can speak. And it's so insane to say that if you want to get better at speaking, you need to have a place where you're speaking. And I didn't really put much intention into this. If you're putting intention into this, you can do this a lot faster than me. And the exercise that I've seen suggested for like people who want to do it intentionally is the Chris Williamson podcast exercise. The podcast exercise is basically where you go with a friend, or you go with a friend, you have like a phone or and that you put down to record, no other devices in the room, and you just have a chat with them about something. You just have a chat with her about something. Maybe a topic that you're passionate about, maybe self improvement, maybe anything, could be anything. Just a 30-minute podcast, and then you review it, and then you see like where and all are you going wrong. And that's probably going to be a big ego hit for you. And that's okay. Because you would be expecting, right? Okay, I just set the intention and bam, like a Alex Hormozy level type speaking, like this mixed stuff is going to come up. No, that's not what happens. It's probably going to be very bad. And even I stutter here, right? And maybe if it's a YouTube video, maybe it's like I started getting used to getting into a flow state when I'm speaking, so that I don't really stutter much. I have much more intention over the words that I'm speaking. And it's just flowing, and that comes with time and repetition. Dude, the first video that I had, the first maybe you could have seen it. It's not on this channel, right? I had like a few channels. The first video I would have had is just me on a coat in a hoodie, being like wearing a mask so that people don't find out it's my identity, and being like, and being like self improvement and this and that, and then it's just like some background music, the most like scripted bad shit that you see. And even before that, I was struggling to talk about a book, bro, to a camera. I was struggling to talk about a book that I cared about. I was like, this is Million of Fastlane, and this is how this just changed my perspective. And then I was like, shit, and then I would re-record. I was like, shit, and I wasn't even going to post that anywhere. I just wanted to try it out. And so that was like 2 3 years ago. So wherever you are right now, whatever stage you are right now, you can make progress. And that is the technical side of the game. This covers the infield things like maybe stuttering, maybe your language, maybe your English, maybe your whatever. These are the technical skills that you use for your expression. These are the technical skills, but that's not actually the proper reason. That's just a byproduct, right? I think the main thing that really helped me, and this is the main thing that a lot of people struggle with, when they're like coming onto stage and like give a speech, you're just shit scared. It's such a deep fear. Public speaking is one of the biggest fears. I think it may even be the biggest fears. And you need to understand that that fear is not based in reality, right? When you're giving a speech, what is the worst thing that will happen? People laugh at you, they mock you. The next time you talk with them, they tease you about it. That's it. But in that moment, you feel like it's a life or death situation. And even thinking about it, you will probably be feeling all that uncomfortable right now. Thinking about that one day, okay, I may have to face the fear. And that's where you start thinking about these technical skills, right? Maybe in your social interactions, maybe in be with like people, with the guys and girls in your class. Is these technical skills, are these things, is that, are you using it to impress people, or are you using it as a tool to express yourself? Because this is just 20%. This is what I teach in my like coaching also. This is just 20%. Are you using that 20% to, because you have a good foundation? Is it like, this is what's true to me, this is what's authentic to me, I want to express this about myself, and you use that to express it in an impactful, clear, straightforward way? Or is it like, I'm a piece of shit and I need to become more interesting, and I need to develop my personality, I need to be more charismatic, my social skills needs to be better, and let me learn the skill for me to improve that? That's a very bad way of approaching, because it's focusing on that, on these aspects like storytelling, like eye contact, like blush, body, blah blah blah, all of the things that's in the mainstream social skills, without having the underlying emotional transformation of who you are as a person. It's just going to be a waste of damn time. You will make progress, you can make progress, but you are not making that true inner thing. Like, what has really changed, bro? And that's expression, that's authenticity, that fear. That's what you need to face. That's the stuff that I like, the students that I'm coaching, that's what I'm trying to dragging them through. And even when coaching them, I realize like, okay, even I have a lot of stuff to deal with, I need to get through that. And when you make that shift, right, when you're like the facing that fear of being vulnerable, being weird. For me, it was even the YouTube channel, having a YouTube channel that maybe my friends, my family, these people will watch, and then talking about the stuff that I care about. Even that is hard. Even that is like, that is scary. That is scary, to get emotional there, to get vulnerable there. And that's why you really start pushing it, right? If you have a channel that's public and then you're talking about vulnerable stuff, that's why you're pushing it. Getting more vulnerable with the people that you know. And this fear to be real, to be embarrassed, this fear to go onto the stage and talk about something vulnerable, something about your experience, something that makes you angry, something that makes you emotional, that's magnetic. It's not about you playing it cool or confident, it's just you sticking to what's real for you. And for that, you need that underlying transformation. So, how do you make that deeper underlying transformation? You need a combination of that inner work, combination of the facing, like you actually going out and facing your fears, and then having someone coach you and having someone guide you through it. And the most important process is you use all of that, you use all of the actions to, in the video we usually do this in the form of like guided releases, right, to make that inner transformation, to make that inner progress. Because it's not about what's out there, right? The fear isn't about what's out there, it's like it's poking some shit within, so we need to get to the cause of that. And when we were doing this deep inner work within ourselves, and combining with that, you have like an outlet for where you're like doing this stuff regularly, that's what's going to make you an impactful person. Because this is not about speaking skills, this is about how you can truly be you and impact others through you, through your experience. And when you're doing this, me going onto the stage and telling things like the time that I told my family that I love them for the first time, even now I'll be scared to do it. The time that I faced a fear, the time that I had a hard conversation, the things that I'm genuinely passionate about, the things that maybe genuinely make me angry, and maybe like the last speech was okay, and I'm getting better, bro. And even telling these stories, dude, I was scared to come home and tell the same speech to my mom. It would be even scary to come home and tell the same speech to my dad, and that's okay. It's gonna take time. And it's beyond speaking, it's about me facing my deepest fears, right? Because I for a long time I had like this drive to being like I need to improve my social skills, and I need to actually like let me do something about it. And now it's about facing my fears and trying to live a life that's true to me. And when I'm taking these risks, when I'm doing these things, when I'm talking in my all of my social interactions, when this stuff is changing, the my social interactions are changing, it's these steps, I'm going to experience life on a more deeper level. It's like doing the death meditation, which is the meditation where you sink into the perspective that you died and you start reflecting on your life. A lot of intense things comes up, and you trying to live in accordance to that, you trying to take the actions, you trying to have more courage to take risks, to open yourself up. That stuff's scary. And that stuff's hard and challenging, and that's going to challenge what's like society considers normal. That's going to challenge your social conditioning. You're going to be like, oh my god, I'm going to be an asocial person. And that's going to be your worst fears of expressing. And that's like, I wish this could be as simple as, oh, when you're talking, after you say something meaningful, you pause. And then you take a deep breath. I'm not gonna bullshit you, bro. Or girl, whoever was. I don't know what demographic of an audience is watching this. And maybe this is what you would have seen, right? In the TED talk, the real impactful one is like they are going through stuff and they're talking, and then you have a lifetime of experiences, no matter whether you've been on self improvement or not. Talk about them. And when you're like, that takes a lot of fear facing and everything, right? But when you're like playing your own strings, others get impacted by that, and it doesn't matter. Oh, dude, I just get scared when and it doesn't matter because, dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's passionate to talk about astrophysics, like astrophysics, bro, like little astrophysics. He's passionate about that. But when you watch him, you're like, damn, the stars and the galaxies and the guts and it blows away. Blah, blah, blah. You get so engrossed in the topics because it just takes over you. I'm not telling that I'm like that or I got to that level, but I'm just telling it needs to. I'm telling the importance of authenticity. And the way you can make that underlying transformation is through calls, coaching, courses, the guided stuff that I guide you through. And you know what? I'll give it to you for free. Join my free community down below, and I'll guide you through all of that completely for free. Because I just want to get you results and I want to get your feedback. We already have like 1, 2 students taking action, and that's, we have one of the students being like, God, dude, thank you so much for all of this. Thank you. Like, I'm like, I got her, like, she got a bit emotional in one of the calls because we are working through the core things, and it's really happy. It makes me happy to see that as a coach, as a mentor, as a teacher, and that's what I want for you as well. I want you to come up to me and be like, you got these things that I've never like I've never experienced anything like this before, and my the stuff's honestly changing my life. That's what I want you to tell me. So join the link down below, and I'll see you in another one. Don't forget, I'm watching you from afar, and I'm rooting for you. Keep taking action.